Hello everyone, this is Francisco, and I'm recording this video because I wanted to talk about an idea that I thought of for illiterate people. Latia. Hold on, let me do a voice search. Illiterate people. Oh, so yeah, illiterate people. And these are people who don't understand how to read or write. So yeah. It says, what is the meaning of illiterate people? It says, someone who is illiterate does not know how to read or write. A large percentage of the population is illiterate. Synonyms: uneducated, ignorant, unlettered, unable to read and write. More synonyms of illiterate. That's what it says right here. And when it comes to medication, so let's just type in medication, like in okay, this is not correct. Pills. So medication, pills. So what I was thinking was a QR code for these people to be able to scan with their smartphones, so that the doctors in the medical industry won't have to repeat themselves over and over and over again. They will simply be able to prescribe the medication, and on this pill bottle or whatever, it'll have a QR code for them to scan, and then it will redirect them to a video like YouTube or whatever the case may be, so that they can technically re-listen, and so that they can become what is the word? So they could be so they could so they could basically refresh their recollection. I think that's the word. So that they could remember exactly how to take their medication without people calling the hospital and asking questions and this and that. Basically unrelevant information will be eliminated from the equation, and simplifying the whole process, the whole procedure, when it comes to caring for patients outside of a hospital and or within a hospital, for some nurses and or doctors who may not understand some of the medication that has been prescribed to them, to the patients. They will be able to scan the QR code, and they could either, like Google, they'll be able to let's just look at pain pills. Okay, so they'll be able to have these options right here, these categories, which is the all, which will show everything, or shopping. Maybe it'll give them ideas and examples of where to purchase the medication, that particular medication, or where to acquire it, as well as images, videos. Okay, so anyone will be able to quickly be able to click on videos, and then they'll be able to become educated on that regard. So simple. Okay, and the QR code doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be flashy, it could just be black and white. Okay, so it won't cost the medical industry a lot of money, on top of whatever else, the other expenses the medical industry has to spend on other, on stuff, on other things. So this idea could be something that could be verified, direct and created directly through any medical industry. Okay, so my mom, she goes to Kaiser Permanente, I don't know how to spell it, okay? So yeah, she goes to this hospital. So these like the medication that patients receive could be created from these type of companies. Okay, so they could be Kaiser Permanente verified, so that people can rely on. So this will be reliable information, and not just random videos that people post through YouTube or other sources. Okay, because if these people truly can't read or write, and they have a ton of these pills in a bottle, and they don't know how to read or write, it can be difficult for them to understand exactly what it's for. And like I told my mom the other day, I told her that it would be good for the medical industry to add an icon, so pain icon or whatever, so something like this. So if the medication is regarding, like the stomach, maybe it could have an icon or an icon, however you pronounce that word, like this on the medication bottle. Okay, is that simple. Or like this, or whatever the case may be, whatever you people think will be helpful for the patients. You know, if they have like let's say headache pain, so an icon like this would be helpful, or like this one, something, or like this one, super simple. Okay, nothing too crazy. You know, just simplify it as much as possible. That way they can know, okay, this is when I get headaches. Or if they have, you know, a stomach ache, then we could refer back to the other images in icon form within this video. Like this one, okay? And stuff of that nature. If it's like sleeping medication, maybe I could show an icon like this, you know, something like this, or like this one with the bed, something that will be kind of self-explanatory for these people. Okay, as well as the icon, in case they have, you know, a family member who doesn't really understand, you know, the medication terminology and all these complicated words. They'll be able to look at the different icons or whatever, and be able to distinguish which are which just by looking at a simple little icon, you know, a little icon. So yeah, I hope this helps. Even this one right here is simple with the 3 little Z's, the snooze. Okay, so it'll basically let them know that this medication will be for sleeping, or whatever the case may be. And right now they don't have that on medication pills, and I think it's a huge problem, because people have to constantly either have to type in the medication name, or, you know, perform some type of Google voice search. So with this idea, people will get accurate information without getting misled, and all of a sudden they're watching a video about pain or pain pills from someone that is not even a affiliated with these companies. So I think that I have already covered this in a previous video, but this is something my mom has to deal with right now. Okay, so and like the Google results provided, it says a large percentage of the population is illiterate. So if this is true, which it is, then I think that you people should make the space that will be required or necessary for these illiterate people to be able to, quickly understand, so that the optimal health and medication treatment or whatever is provided to each and every single client. Okay? I mean, this is not rocket science. So, if this is something that people are really struggling with, then I would highly recommend for this to be done. And I'm talking about immediately. Effective immediately. Because other people don't give a fuck. They're out there hanging out, chilling, go to school. They're worried about their own fucking problems. They don't have time for this shit. And AI technology, people supposedly fear, quote unquote, they fear that AI technology will take over their jobs. Well, it may be true. And if it's going to keep people safe, then we need to get with the program. And we need to get this shit done. One way or the motherfucking other. This is not about a fucking... This is not about a fucking promotion. This is about saving people's lives. And keeping people healthy. If that's what it really takes, then fucking make it happen. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. So, God bless you all. And whenever I come up with a fucking another idea, I won't hesitate to share it. It's that simple.